Get yourself a number 10 metal can, open it, and empty the contents. Take the label off the can. You'll need a couple of old wire coat hangers, and you'll want to straighten those out and then cut 6 segments of 8 inches each. Simply mark those about 8 inches. Take some wire cutters. If the wire cutters won't quite do it, then you can take a hacksaw. You'll want to leave the bottom on your can because we're going to be drilling some holes, and that will make it sturdier and easier to drill holes in the side of the can. You'll want to mark a line about 1/3 of the way up on your can. This is the point at which we'll drill some holes, and you can use a marker, and if you're lucky you'll have a groove on that can and you can just go all the way around. We'll be using an 1/8 of an inch bit to drill holes, and we'll be putting our pieces of coat hanger wire through those holes. Here's how we want to arrange the coat hanger wires. I want to put a couple through perpendicular, and then we'll want to drill some holes an equal distance apart between each one, so they go through the can like this. And this will be our grate that will support the charcoal. Hold the can steady, make sure your hands aren't under the drill bit, and drill slowly and carefully. You should have 12 holes, more or less evenly spaced, all the way around the can when you're done. On the bottom of your can, and again we haven't taken the bottom off yet, we'll want to use a church key and punch holes about every 2 inches. We'll make a nice handle out of a piece of sassafras with the bark stripped off. You can make your handle out of an old wooden broom handle or a 1x1, whatever you'd like. What we want to do is measure it the same depth as the can, and we'll cut it there. We'll attach the handle with 2 4-inch long bolts. These are 5/16 diameter bolts, and they will go through the handle and into the can, and we'll tighten 3 nuts on each of those bolts to hold it in place. You'll want to drill a couple of holes, that was a mistake, far enough apart so you can get your hand around the handle. Get your handle on a sturdy surface, then use a 5/16 bit, or if your bolt is a different size, get the proper size bit and drill your 2 holes. Next we'll put the bolts through the holes. And we'll take our can, and then we'll be able to mark a couple of points on the can, and we'll drill holes through the can. You might have to start with your 1/8 inch bit to make a small pilot hole before you use the big bit. Once we have all of our holes drilled and punched, then we can take off the bottom. Watch out for these sharp church key punches here. Bend the ends of your coat hanger wire sections, like so, about 3/4 of an inch in, all on one end. Put each section of coat hanger wire through the hole. Next, you want to take the opposite ends and bend those down with your needle nose pliers. And that's what the inside should look like. That's what the outside should look like. Doesn't have to be neat, it's functional. Put the bolts through our handle, then we want to put the first set of nuts on and tighten those all the way down under the wood with a wrench. We want to put our second set of nuts just a little ways in. These will be on the outside of our can. It will act as spacers. We'll insert our handle into the can through the pre-drilled hole. We'll put a washer on the inside and then another nut over that. Now we'll tighten with a wrench. Now you have a sturdy charcoal chimney starter. For fuel, roll up some sections of newspaper. And you tuck them in at the bottom under those finger cutting church key tabs, which will help to hold the paper in. And then we'll turn it over and we'll put the charcoal on the top. Stick a match through each hole and make sure all the paper gets lit. When the coals get white hot, they're ready to use. The can will be charred when you're done, but don't worry.